courage. Most people don't do that. So I want to acknowledge you for that. You being here is a true testament to your courage. Thank you. And I want you to know that I honor you, and my commitment is that this evening will prove to be so valuable for you that you'll get so much incredible information that you'll be able to take many, many gold nuggets away, and you'll start to use them, and you'll start to notice a difference in your life right away. How many of you'd like to have that experience today? All right, great. Awesome. Now, you all received a nice gold card. My request is that you all fill it out with your name and email address so that I can receive that, and I will send you a follow-up email with a link to all the slides from tonight, so you don't have to worry about taking copious notes. In addition to that, you'll get lots of resource information. I will send you articles and links to videos and books. I'll give you enough homework to last you a couple of weeks at least. So you'll have plenty to work on. I was a former university professor, so guess what? I love giving homework. So you're going to get a chance to do lots of that. So we'll have fun. My request also is that you hold off on your questions until the very end. I'm going to go through the material fairly quickly, but please write down any questions that you have on the back of the card so you can remember. And then I will absolutely have a Q&A session at the end and entertain every one of your questions, and I will not go home until all your questions have been answered. So that's my promise to all of you. Everybody accept my requests? Yes, okay, good. So my name, Ruben J. Guzman, and we're going to talk about sleep. This is one of my favorite pictures. I love this picture because it's really so adorable, isn't it? It's so good, because when we're sleeping like babies, how many of you like to sleep like a baby? Right? Yeah, that's what we want to be able to do. And dogs and cats, they sleep an average of 16 hours a day. Good companions, right? So my name, Ruben J. Guzman. MPH does not stand for the speed that I drive my car, just so you know. So it stands for Masters in Public Health, and LMP stands for Lifestyle Medicine Professional. So just a little bit about me to get started. I did my undergraduate training in Southern California at a beautiful campus, California Lutheran University. Wonderful. So I'm a Kingsman, see? So it was wonderful. I did a bachelor's in biological sciences, pre-med. And then when I got done with my degree, I realized that I wanted to go to medical school, but I wasn't ready to take the medical college admissions test. So I worked for a couple of years at the Los Robles Regional Medical Center in Thousand Oaks. And I worked as a lab monkey. I did everything in the lab, and I also worked as a pathologist assistant. And I got to do amazing things. I looked at every single specimen that came out of the operating room every single day. And I also assisted in doing a lot of autopsies. And it was really incredible because I got to see the inside of the human body of many people who had passed away from complications of chronic disease. Cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, aneurysms, you name it, I saw it all. It was extraordinary. And as a result of that experience, there were many other stories that I have from that, but I realized that I was passionate about learning about the connection between lifestyle and longevity. You see, Dr. Glover was my mentor, and he was a runner. He was very knowledgeable in nutrition. He was one of the first Jewish physicians in the entire United States, and he was passionate about being able to live a long and healthy life. Sound familiar? I hope so. So the thing is, it was really extraordinary. So then after 2 years of working in the hospital, off I went to the UC Davis School of Medicine, came up here to Northern California, and I loved it. It was great. And in the process of doing that in my studies, I worked with my advisor because I was passionate about the connection between lifestyle and longevity. My advisor and I talked it over, and he said, Ruben, why don't you consider entering into the MD, PhD program and get started with your research and see where that leads you? I thought that was a great idea. So I split my second-year curriculum, started to do my research, and then presented my findings to my advisor, and he said, Ruben, you're onto something. but we don't have the resources here for you. Why don't you go off and do your master's in public health and see where that leads you? So then off I went to UCLA in the School of Public Health with the option to go back to medical school. So I did my master's, and when I got done, I realized I was passionate about promoting health and preventing disease, and I was no longer interested in treating disease. So I made a bold decision to not go back to medical school at UC Davis, but to instead pursue studying lifestyle medicine on my own. But back then, there was nothing called lifestyle medicine. It didn't exist. I was ahead of my time. So I went into healthcare and hospital administration. In fact, I was a hospital administrator at Kaiser Hospital in South Sacramento. Anybody ever been there? Anybody here? Okay, because a lot of people go there from time to time. But I was there for several years, and then I went into consulting, and I started doing a lot more research on my own. And then in 2016, I went to a conference on nutrition in healthcare. And it was down in Southern California in Anaheim. And at that conference, there was a presentation by Dr. Leonov from Sacramento. From Sacramento. I said, I gotta go. So I listened to Dr. Leonov, and she had a presentation about the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. I'd never heard of it. I was shocked. How many of you have never heard of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine before today? You've never heard of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. So the American College of Lifestyle Medicine is a new legitimate specialty of the American Medical Association. It is an evidence-based lifestyle medicine approach of therapeutic interventions, including whole food, plant-predominant eating pattern, regular physical activity, restorative sleep, stress management, avoidance of risky substances, and positive social connection. As a primary modality, we say do this first. Delivered by clinicians trained and certified in this specialty to prevent, treat, and often reverse chronic disease. Wow. And guess where a lot of the research for this specialty of the American College of Lifestyle comes from? The Seventh-day Adventists. Isn't that interesting? Wow. Wow. So the American College of Lifestyle Medicine is all about changing lifestyle behavior, because the Seventh-day Adventists happen to be one of the longest living groups of people on the face of the planet. And we have now gathered substantial research in this arena. All these areas are important, all of them. And in October of 2018, I became one of the first board-certified lifestyle medicine professionals in the world. My certificate has a number on it, 00081. That's my number. I'm also a member of the Institute of Coaching out of Harvard. And if you Google my name, you'll see that, yes, I did write these 3 books in the world of swimming. I professionally coach swimming, high-level swimmers for over 45 years. And today, if you look, it is now the best-selling swimming drill book in the entire world. It's been translated to 5 other languages, and it's sold a whopping 552 copies. Yes. Yes. Just kidding. But I also wrote this book on health back in 2011, before I discovered lifestyle medicine. It's called Evolving Health, endorsed by Dr. Neil Barnard, who's the president of the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. And this is the mock-up cover, the draft, for my upcoming book to be released later this year, How to Fully Live, a transformational approach to creating a thriving, healthy, happy life. I'm so excited, and so much of this book is based on the research of lifestyle medicine. I get to live into this quote that Thomas Edison said well over 100 years ago, that the doctor of the future will give No.